Hello, my name is Zakari Venable, and I'll be doing a presentation on the cult of Saint Vitalis. There are actually two different writings on Saint Vitalis, and to understand why that happened, it'll help to know what happened in Ravenna during that time. In the early 5th century, Ravenna became the capital of the Western Roman Empire, and the Bishop of Ravenna gained control over cities previously controlled by Milan. The Bishop of Milan was deprived of Imola, Voghenzia, Faenza, Forli, Modena, and Bologna. This created a rivalry between the sees of Milan and Ravenna, and in order for Ravenna to secure their newly gained power, they had to prove they had an early history with Christianity. Hagiography, the writings of the lives of saints, was used to help legitimize their claim. It was not an uncommon thing for hagiography to be used strategically. In Italy from the 4th to 6th century, hagiographic works were written to promote, elevate, and commemorate the most important early leaders of the Church. In the 10th and 11th century, changes in hagiographic writings occurred due to changes in social, cultural, and political structure in Ravenna. Texts were authored anonymously and were designed to either commemorate specific events or had a specific objective in mind, such as promoting bishops. Early writings on Vitalis describe him as a slave that was converted to Christianity by his master, Saint Agricola. Vitalis was captured and was executed in an amphitheater in Bologna. His torturers thought that by having Agricola witness his death, he'd be scared from Christianity, but seeing Vitalis keep his faith only made his stronger. This made the judge furious, and Agricola was crucified. Saint Ambrose took blood and nails from the cross as relics and transferred them to churches in Milan and Florence. It is also intriguing to know that he found the relics of Saints Gervasius and Protasius in the year 386. New writings on Saint Vitalis appeared around the year 425. Peter Chrysologus, the bishop of Ravenna, refused Vitalis and said Apollinaris was the only martyr of Ravenna. In the 6th century, a letter attributed to Ambrose, called Passio Sanctorum Martyrum Gervasii et Protasi, said that Vitalis was the father of Gervasius and Protasius, who were the patron saints of Milan. Vitalis, the martyr of Ravenna, was a knight of consular rank, nowhere near the same as being a slave. In addition to being the father of Gervasius and Protasius, he was the husband of Valeria. Vitalis witnessed the martyrdom of a doctor named Ursicinus and persuaded him to keep his faith in God during his execution. Vitalis publicly declared himself a Christian and refused to return to his superior, Paulinus, who ordered he be stretched on the rack. But Vitalis refused that, and he was eventually buried alive. His wife and sons were later martyred as well. When it comes to hagiography, where the martyrs from is not usually as important as to where they were martyred. Even though Vitalis was from Milan, he was martyred in Ravenna, and that gave the city a direct connection to Christianity. This allowed them to elevate their spiritual authority, and by making Vitalis the father of Gervasius and Protasius, they also demonstrated their power over Milan. In the 6th century, the Basilica of San Vitale was constructed, and the new Vitalis was established as the chief martyr of Ravenna. Founded by Bishop Ecclesius, the Church of San Vitale is a fine display of Byzantine architecture, using large flat rocks which are a common building material for that style. The building has an octagonal center with a central dome, and the mausoleum of Galla Placidia is in the garden. On the inside, the apse mosaic shows a young Jesus sitting on a blue orb, offering the martyr's crown to Vitalis on the left and receiving a model of the church from Bishop Ecclesius on his right. The intrados of the triumphal arch feature Gervasius, Protasius, the 12 apostles, and Christ in the middle. The vault of the presbytery is decorated with plants and animals, and the Lamb of God is in the center on a medallion being held by 4 angels. There are mosaics in the altar that show scenes from the Old Testament, such as the sacrifice of Isaac, Moses in the burning bush, Jeremiah and Isaiah in the story of Abel and Cain. Next to the windows are mosaics of the 4 evangelists with their symbols above them. The mosaic of Justinian is located on the northern apse sidewall and shows him dressed in purple and having a saint-like halo. He is surrounded by church leaders and court officials, but Maximianus is the only one to be named. This is not surprising considering he was handpicked by Justinian to be the first Archbishop of Ravenna. Theodra's mosaic is located on the southern apse sidewall, where she is shown also dressed in purple and having a saint-like halo and being surrounded by ladies of the court. The Church of San Vitale is highly regarded and is said to have dealt a great amount of influence on church architecture. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope that you gained something from it.